Hello, everybody. We've got Keili Combs over here holding the dog. She's come and work with us this week. We've got a lot of colts we've got going. We've got Keili up here, a loping. She's a barrel racer. She's rode for us before. We've also got Kaylynn Chapman, better known as Sissy. A lot of you have saw her on Patreon and some of our YouTube stuff. Sissy works for us, and she's doing a really good job. Keili is, 14? She's going to be 18 in August, Sissy is. And she's a young girl, and she's doing really good. Sissy, tell us a little bit about what you've done in the past.
Okay, so prior to coming here, whenever I was riding, because I've rode my whole life, but I've just rode. Just got on and rode. And there was really no horsemanship skill. There wasn't any horsemanship skill. There was nothing. I just rode. So coming here, I thought I knew what I was doing or had an idea. I thought. I did not. So Mike went through everything, taught me the groundwork, basically teaching me how to ride and how to do it correctly and be safe about it and what's good for the horse.
And we always put the horse first.
Right.
Especially on these 2-year-olds. As you all know, that I'm a big advocate for riding 2-year-olds. And I know a lot of people want to gut me for saying that. And I've said this before. It's not riding 2-year-olds is the problem. It's the idiots that are riding them. And we teach.
Right.
We don't ride our 2-year-olds to death.
Right.
She's rode 2-year-olds up in the woods before. And we went on little old 6-mile loops. What'd those colts do? They stood around for a week after we got back.
Oh, yeah.
We just get off of them and let them rest. And don't just keep hammering on them colts. What the difference in what we're doing and what everybody else does is we're teaching our horses. We're getting our horses prepared in the barn to go to the woods.
Right.
You've never done that before, have
No.
you? It's just a big difference. We have filmed on our Patreon page a lot of colts that we've taken out for the first time.
Right.
And what was it? Just
Great.
Smooth.
Yeah, because you're not worried about your life.
That's exactly right. What we do is wait on our horses. What we do is we put the horse first. That's what we do. Now look, it's really nice for a colt to come in here and just lay down and take everything and go on.
Right.
Most of them don't, do they?
No.
They don't. They don't have a clue. And what we do is we don't push them.
Right. We let them learn.
We let them learn. We give them time to think. Now, look, if it takes 60 days, so be it.
Right.
If it takes 90 days, so be it. I really don't care. The one thing that everybody gets to thinking is when a trainer is taking that long on a colt, he's milking the customer for money. Now look, this may sound bold and whatever you want to call it. We don't do that here. We have a list through October.
Right.
Of horses waiting to come here. We can get a horse out. We can fill that stall up tomorrow. But what we do is we do not work on a time schedule.
Right.
We work on the colt's time schedule.
Right.
On how he can process it. The reason that we do that is because when people come get those horses, what do they want? They want them gentle. They want them to stand for you to get on them. You want to be able to get on them, drop the reins, just walk off without that horse just taking off.
Right.
So we teach our horses to do that. Some of them learn fast, some of them learn slow. But what I was talking to a trainer this morning. A gentleman had taken him a pretty rough colt, pretty rank colt. Well, they were working that colt doing groundwork, trying to get him prepared to ride. Okay? They were trying to get the colt prepared to ride. The owner got pissed off and said, I'm not paying y'all to do groundwork. I'm paying y'all to ride my horse. Now, let me tell y'all something. It doesn't matter if it's Sissy or if it's Keili. I am not putting either one of these girls on a horse until it is ready for them to get on him. I'm not getting on a colt until it's ready for me to get on it. Everybody wants what they want in their colts.
Right.
But they don't want to wait.
And they don't want to work to get it.
And they don't want to work to get it. You're exactly right. I guarantee you a lot of times, Sissy, I've had you doing this groundwork and you're sitting there thinking, I hate this. Didn't you?
Yes.
It's just miserable.
Right.
And it's hard.
It is hard. It is hard.
It's very hard. But what happens when it comes time to get on those horses?
It's worth it.
Worth every penny of it.
Right.
Because you're not worried about him killing you.
Right.
Like you have your entire life.
Right.
You know, she would crawl up there on them horses not having a clue what that colt was going to do. And if he did do something, you had no way in the world to stop it.
Right. And there's no force in here. It's instead of forcing them to do something, you're teaching them to do something.
Exactly. That is exactly it. So what I'm saying is, I watch Best of America by horseback. I know Dale Shields. I like Dale Shields. We record his shows every week at night. I'll go home and watch them because I want to see where they're going.
Right.
There's a lot of horse camps that I'd like to go to because I see them on his show. And matter of fact, me and Joy has done that very thing. That's how we wound up at Little Lusk in Illinois. But because they done a show on that, and I told Joy that's where I want to go. So that's where we went. So what I'm trying to say is he was at the Iowa Horse Fair. And they'd done a show on the Iowa Horse Fair. And he was talking to Craig Cameron there on the show. And basically what he asked is, you know, what's the number one thing needed on these have a good horse? And Craig Cameron said it. You got to have a foundation on them.
Right.
If you don't have a foundation on them, you don't have nothing. You've rode like that forever.
Oh, I agree with you. 100%.
And it is not fun.
No.
It's not fun riding like that. So whenever you're looking for somebody to start your colts, find somebody that will put a foundation on them. And when I say foundation, let me explain to y'all again for the millionth time what a foundation is. Sissy and Keili both have heard this, I know, until they're just sick of hearing it. But it gets the stiffness, the abrasiveness, and the resistance and the rudeness out of a horse before you ever get on it.
Right, because if we do have a problem, we go back to what we were doing in groundwork to try to figure out where the problem is.
That's exactly right. Whatever problem that you have with your horse when you're riding it, what's your real problem?
Your groundwork.
Your groundwork.
Right.
The other day on the buckskin colt, I spent 2 hours getting him to back up.
Yes.
On the ground.
2 hours.
She sat right there and watched it. How many trainers are going to spend 2 hours to get a horse where you can shake that rope and he'll go back?
Right. None.
Now, this is what I kept telling Sissy the whole time. What was the problem? His neck was sticking straight up in the air, wasn't it? When a horse's neck is sticking straight up in the air like that, do you know what he's doing? He's resisting every single thing you're trying to do. He's stiff. He's resistant. We kept working and working and working. I kept working because I knew she couldn't do it. And I just kept working. At the end of 2 hours, was it right?
It was not right, but it was a lot. He was going back.
Yeah, he was going backwards. But I told her then, okay, this is what you get into, and this is what I'm trying to tell people on the time. How many colts have I spent 2 hours trying to get him to go back?
Not very many.
None. But him?
You did.
He needed every minute of it.
Right.
Okay? I told Sissy, until he drops his neck and gets back, there's no sense in going on.
Right.
We got to that exercise, and that was it for the day.
That was it.
We had to come back the next day and start all over again. But if you would have went on with him doing that, and you go ahead and get on his back, what's he going to do when you get on his back? I can tell you,
his head straight
his
up.
neck's going to be up here in your face, and everything you're trying to do on his back, he's going to be up over the bit trying to get over it.
Right.
This is what I'm talking about when it comes to foundation work. Sissy has seen so much and learned so much, and you're pretty much sold on what we're doing here.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to get on I told Mike I wasn't getting on another horse unless it has been through the groundwork.
That's exactly right. I never was so happy to hear that, because that's telling me that she's taking what I'm saying to heart, and she's learning.
Right.
And she's learning. And what she's going to do, and I told her when she come here, you're looking at a year before you could get halfway good at this.
Right.
And you're finding out that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't want to hear that when she first come here.
No, that's a long time.
It takes you a long time to really get good at this. But the whole thing about it is, what does it take to get good at it?
Your time.
Doing it.
Doing it. Yeah.
Doing it. That's what it takes, is you doing it and striving to get it better and better and better. So, you know, I've got two girls sitting here that are at the top. She's a world champion ranch shorter. She won the Open at Ava. She is a national barrel racer. So that tells you she knows how to ride. Keili knows how to ride. But whenever they come here, and Keili especially, because Sissy's here all the time, I take her for granted. But when Keili comes down here, she learns more. She learns more. She learns what we're doing here, which will translate onto her barrel horses, and they've got some really good barrel horses. And it's going to make her better and better. Keili's only 14, but she's picking up stuff all the time, which is going to make her better because you're constantly learning.
Right. We're all learning.
We're all learning. Hell, I'm even learning.
Yeah.
I learn stuff every day. I learned I needed to spend 2 hours on that buckskin horse to get him to go backwards.
Right.
And whenever you're doing that, you think, what am I doing wrong? Because none of my colts take this long.
Right.
But what you have is a very headstrong colt that has kind of pushed his way around all his life. That's why that neck and head's up there. He kind of pushes on everything. He pushes on other horses. He pushes on people.
Right.
And he thought he was going to push on us.
Yeah.
But what'd we do? Here just the other day, we done the first ride on him.
Yeah.
How was it?
Great.
It was great.
It was great.
But what I'm trying to tell y'all is, if you've got one groundwork exercise that is not right, then what do?
Fix it. Keep doing it.
You fix it. And you don't get on them.
Right.
There's your whole deal. This is why I'm saying this could take 60 at least to 90 days. Because what we're wanting to do is build solid, safe, reliable trail partners.
Yeah.
You don't do that in 30 days. 30 days is nothing but a start.
Right.
Now, if you want a cowboy colts, when you get them back and you want to be a cowboy, hell, we can do that in 30 days, can't we, sis?
We can.
We can throw them out of here as fast as we can get them going. But we're not interested in that, and our customers are not interested in that, are they?
No.
Is that not right, Joy? Our customers want safe, reliable trail partners, and that's what we're doing. But I wanted to get Sissy on here. I wanted to get Keili on here, and I wanted y'all to meet them. These are just a couple of hands that here at Rafter M Training Stables that's helped making our horses great, and we're going to continue to make them even better. The horses have come a long ways this year, and we're proud of what we're putting out. But what's our goal for next year?
To do better.
To do better. That's exactly right. To make our horses better. So Sissy's going to be here. I'm going to be here. Joy's going to be here. And Keili's going to be here. So we'll put out some really, really nice horses next year and just make everything better. And if there's anything we can do to help you, please don't hesitate to call us.